All right, so this project right here is one of my favorites, and it's a very simple process, but it has really beautiful results. And so we've been talking about radial design. This is radial because it is in a what shape? Right, it's a circle. So it goes in a circular shape and it repeats its design all the way around. So last year we talked about mandalas and radial symmetry and how things, when they're divided, that they'll be the same. Okay, so 4th and 5th grade we have been doing radial weavings. This is about the same idea. So we're just going to take a break a little bit and change up mediums, which is the materials that we use to make the art. And I'm going to put that way over there to the side because this is tissue paper and a gold oil pastel, and then it's just framed up really nice. So we use these little texture rubbing plates, which we have also used for designs. And you just pick a side, whichever side that you want to make your design. So I'm going to take the side that's kind of bumped up, and I want to put that down. Because really, whenever you take it off, so this is making a paper cast. So like when you wrap up something and you cast, let's just say like you cast your arm, right? So it's making a shape of something. It's being wrapped around and making the shape of your arm. So right here, I'm going to go ahead, and this is a glue wash. So it's just water and glue. Super important because it's going to help this all stick down. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit. And we've been doing this process since we were in kindergarten. So we're going to take our tissue paper and lay that in there. And I'm just going to press that in there. So I'm going to take the tip of this and press it in. And this tissue paper right here was some specialty tissue paper we used at the end of the year. So it's got all these beautiful tie-dye colors in it. So when you press it down, you're creating that texture. So this is what I want you to know. It's called a relief. So we've talked about sculptures where you can't really see them all the way around, but you can see how it's raised up. It's a touchable surface. You can actually feel the texture instead of just seeing it. So this right here is a little bit more of a sculptural piece, just like our little weaving. So again, you want to layer. So I'm going to make sure I get all of this down and double check. Okay, so I'm standing up and doing this. So I want to raise it up and just double check and make sure I've got it on all those little spaces that dip down. So your goal today is to make sure that you have it all over this whole black square of plastic. Okay, so again, dip and repeat. So you're going to add that on there, put it somewhere that it has not been before, and this will be your first layer. You need about 3 layers is what I did on mine. So that way when it dries fully, I can pop it off without it tearing or having any places missing. So this does not take very long. So it's okay for them to overlap. You're gonna get this beautiful stained glass radial piece. These already look kind of like cathedral windows, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in our art history sections. In fact, we could probably talk about that right after this project. So you're just gonna keep going, and we're using these big sturdy brushes because we have to do all this tapping to get our thin tissue paper placed into those designs. And so we do need to get this done today because the next class of your grade will be using it the next day. So again, a little bit of this, add that on. You can already see that it starts taking the shape of that as you're going around. All right, so I'm gonna stop here so you guys can just see. You will have to do the whole shape in order for it to look like this and have that repeating radial pattern, okay? Because we want to get it halfway through, because if I take it off, it may not go back in place so well, right? So this is one of those things, just like clay, we have to get it all done in one class. All right, so this is a lot of fun. I could just keep going. So I told you it's kind of like a rhythmic little pattern, just like our weaving. It's repetitive, and you get really great results. And we'll still talk, we'll take notes in our sketchbook about radial design, radial symmetry, and what that means and what it looks like in art and why that's important, okay? All right, so see this beautiful tie-dye effect? It's already starting to dry, which is good, all right? So these are gonna look amazing. Thanks, guys.